chemically added
Yeah,
sugars.
yeah. Especially like I've actually tried sweet and low before. It tastes really bad.
It's got that.
Splenda is somewhat okay, but like I said, I'm not sure about these research papers that have come
Mm-hmm.
out regarding, these different additives.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and if you find a method that works for you, then you won't have to go to Starbucks as much because I know Starbucks has gotten real expensive.
Yeah, actually the other day when I was there, I bought a frappuccino and it was just a tall size and it was like $4.
Ah, and that's
Yeah.
$4 that you could spend at the grocery store and buy enough coffee
Exactly.
and creamer to make a million cups of coffee.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm definitely gonna reduce my going to Starbucks. I mean, once in a
Good.
while, like I said earlier, I do go there because, my friends are meeting up for a
Mm-hmm.
class project or
Mm-hmm.
something. But I guess I could just not get anything or maybe get a herbal tea instead.
Well, and I mean, you don't have to cut Starbucks out completely. I mean, if you just go cold turkey, it's really hard, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's we don't recommend using food as a reward, but if you've had
Yeah.
a really tough day, I mean, girl, go get yourself a Starbucks. It is okay
Yeah.
to have in moderation, as
Okay.
long as you know to plan for it. And if you say, well, I'm eating these extra calories, maybe I won't eat a cookie with lunch,
Okay.
then it's fine to plan in. But again, we don't recommend using food as a reward of it, by any means. But
Right.
sometimes you just need your Starbucks.
Yes.
So
Yes.
again, you don't have to cut it out completely, which is good.
Okay.
And they another way to cut back on calories, I know they put whipped cream on the top. So
Oh
if you just
yeah.
ask
Yeah,
for
I
no
try
whipped
not
cream,
to.
then
Yeah.
there's 50 calories
Yeah,
gone.
I've researched that. The whipped cream has like so many calories in
Yeah.
it.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so and I mean, of course, you don't have to get the skinny version because I
Yeah.
agree they taste kind of funky.
Yes.
Yes.
It's definitely a taste you have to get used to, but I don't think I'll ever get used to
No,
it.
no, no. It's like drinking skim milk. Some
Uh-huh.
things just can't do it.
Yes,
Can't do it. So
exactly.
do you have any questions about how to cut back on the creamer or the sugar? Or do you think you're pretty
Um,
solid?
I think, I mean, like you said, I'll try the powdered form. I'll try the 2% milk and see, what works best for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are some good
Good.
ideas. I think I will try the Truvia actually. It sounds like a pretty good, sweetener,
Mm-hmm.
artificial sweetener. And I'm glad
Good.
that it comes from a natural source, like a plant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No yuck yuck in it. Ugh.
Yes. Although I will want to research it a little bit
Of
before I
course.
try it, but I think it's definitely a good idea.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, okay. And the other problem that you mentioned is you kind of want to cut back on the amount that you drink because you
Yes.
don't want to become too dependent on it.
No, no,
Of course.
no.
All right. Well, there are quite a few things that I've read about that I know have worked for some people. The first one is to kind of try and start switching to a decaf version, so you don't have
Okay.
that caffeine, but you still have the flavor that you're looking for. So I know that some people have started making their coffee with half decaf coffee and half regular coffee, and then slowly cut back on the amount of regular coffee by putting more decaf coffee in.
The only concern I have with that is that I'm going to be spending double the amount of time in the morning preparing
Right.
decaf coffee and regular coffee.
Well, what? I'm sorry, I was confusing, but you put them both in the same
Oh, I see.
coffee.
Okay.
So instead of putting 4 scoops of regular coffee, you put 2 scoops of regular coffee and 2 scoops of
I see.
decaf coffee.
Okay. I got
So
you.
you just put it in one thing. So
Okay.
and then you slowly start cutting back on the amount of regular coffee and
Okay.
adding more and more decaf. So you still get the flavor,
Okay.
but you're slowly weaning yourself off of the amount of
I
caffeine that
see.
you're drinking.
Okay. Got
So
you.
that's something to try to see if that works. Um, Also, drinking coffee during the day, I know sometimes you just need that break, but you said you drink tea, so it
Yeah.
might be good to try and say, well, I really want some coffee, but I'm going to make some tea
Yeah.
instead.
Mhm.
So, and I mean, tea is, of course, a natural product, so it's not got any yuck yuck in it, and they do, I know that green tea has caffeine in it, so it kind of helps you stay awake
Okay.
and keep stuff like that. So that's another good thing to try. And also, you mentioned you read a lot of studies. I read a study about apples. And
Oh.
this researcher had one group of people eat apples in the morning and one drink their regular coffee in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And the people who ate apples in the morning seemed to be more awake during the day. So
Oh.
there is something about apples that causes people to stay awake.
Oh,
So
wow.
maybe with your lunch, eat an apple instead of drink a cup of coffee and see how that goes. And of course, apples are really healthy. They're high in fiber, got vitamins in them.
Yes, that's true.
So that's good. So maybe try that instead. Another thing is...
What if I don't like the taste of apples?
Then don't eat an apple.
Okay. I'm just asking because I do like pears.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they have a lot of fiber too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking if I substitute, you know, the apple with a similar fruit, you know, it might give the same results.
That'd be interesting. I haven't read it. It didn't mention anything except apples. So it'd be interesting to see. Maybe a different fruit would work just as well. And like you said, apples and pears are similar.
Okay.
So that's good. I think that'd be fine.
Okay.
Well, and fruits are high in natural sugars, and of course sugar also helps keep you awake.
Yes.
And it's natural,
true.
So that's good.
That's very true.
That's good. All right. And another thing that some people do in the mornings, instead of spending 5 minutes making a cup of coffee, they spend 5 minutes doing some stretching or some yoga. And stretching in the morning kind of helps you center yourself, and stretching helps me wake up, just kind of bending over and touching my toes or stretching my arms out. It's a good wake up. So I mean, if you're willing to try that, that'd be good. And if you have, like you said, you have some time in between class to go eat lunch, and I don't recommend you in the middle of the cafeteria bust out your yoga mat or anything. Then
no, that would not be good.
But if you find yourself at home and you got a few minutes, just try and do some stretches. And that's also a time to help center yourself and kind of catch your breath. Like you said, that's what coffee helps you do. So that might be a good way to just kind of hold the phone,
relax.
Take a second, chill out, stretch yourself, and prepare yourself for the next phase of your day.
I mean, I do like exercising and stuff, and I've tried a yoga class once. I wasn't very successful at it because I couldn't follow the teacher, but I'm sure if I got a DVD or something, I could go at my own pace.
Well, and you don't even have to do official yoga. If you just bend down and touch your toes, or kind of stretch to one side and the other, kind of stretch your arms around, move your neck. Just any little bit helps. It doesn't have to be downward dog, plank, warrior four position. I mean, you can move around. So do you have any questions about anything?
I think you've given me quite a few suggestions.
Good.
I'm going to try to digest them now at this point.
Good.
I think I'll definitely go with your creamer and your, reducing the coffee suggestions. I think I will go with the tea suggestion. I do like teas. I'm not so sure about apples and stuff, but
good.
I'm a tea fanatic as well.
All right. Well, I am glad that we found some things that work for you, and we will check back in a few weeks and see how you're doing.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
I know you can do it.
Thank
Yay.
you.
All right.